Okay, still Chapter 2, Section 2, Part 1. This is the second part of this part of the notes. Graphing linear equations. We're going to write the equation in slope-intercept form to make it easier to graph. So write the equation in slope-intercept form, just like we did in the last video. The examples, some of them we had to solve the equation for y, so we had it in that y equals form. You want to identify the slope, m, and also the y-intercept, b, from your y equals mx plus b. Start graphing by plotting the y-intercept on the y-axis first. Using that point that you just plotted from the y-intercept, use the slope to find other points on the line. Once you have a bunch of points on your line, you want to connect them to draw the graph of the linear equation. So we have two examples, and look at that, they're both labeled example 3, so I'm going to change the second one to example 4. This one right here. Oh boy. Alright, that one's example 4. We had example 1 and 2 on the other note sheet. This would be 3 and 4. So I look at this one, and it says graph the line. I'm already in y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to say this is already in y equals form. So I'm happy about that. It's less work. So I identify the slope. The slope is -3. So you can interpret that as either -3 over +1, or you could interpret that as +3 over -1. Just remember, there's only one negative there. If you made both of them negative, that would be a positive number, and the slope is negative. The y-intercept is the ordered pair. X is 0 and y is 1, because this is my b. 0, 1. Please make sure that you are writing ordered pairs. Needs to be an ordered pair. And sometimes I abbreviate ordered pair as OP. So now, what's the procedure for graphing? Well, I'm going to plot the y-intercept at x is 0, y is 1. That's that point right there. Now I'm going to use the slope. Well, it's rise over run. If I use this one, I'm going to move down 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1 in the positive direction. Again, down 3 units to the right 1. Or, instead, I could move up 3 units to the left 1, as such. And I get these dots that line up. I like to turn my paper to draw the straight line. You could use a straight edge. And there is my line graphed, the equation y equals -3x plus 1. Example 4, y plus 4 equals 2x. You have to put in y equals form first, so that you can identify the slope and the y-intercept. So put in y equals form first. Well, I know I'm going to have to move the 4 to the other side. This becomes y equals 2x subtract 4. From my y equals mx plus b equation, I see that my slope is 2 over 1, or -2 over -1. You don't have to write both of these, and when you give the slope on a test or a quiz, I would just say the slope is 2.
Mrs. Ziegler, please report to the main office.
Sorry about that interruption.
To the main office, please.
the y-intercept, x would always be 0 because I'm on the y-axis. Any point on the y-axis has an x-coordinate of 0. 0, and this time my y-intercept is -4, right? This sign belongs to the number. I could think of this as 2x plus -4. And so that's why the y-intercept is negative. Okay, now I'm going to take my information I have, and I'm going to go to my coordinate plane, and I'm going to graph it. So x is 0, y is -4. I'm going to use my slope of up to, this is positive direction, positive over positive, so I'm going to go up and to the right in the positive directions, or I'm going to go down and left in the negative directions. So up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, or I can go down 2 to the left 1, and that should be enough points. I'm going to connect with a straight line. Again, you can use a straight edge if you prefer, and that's pretty much it. Graphing a linear equation, put it in slope-intercept form first, identify your slope and your y-intercept, plot your points, and draw your line. If you have any questions, post them on the homework discussion. Have a great day.